Hello, everybody, and welcome to BC Buckets. I'm Matthew Bruni, and joining me once again is Colin Mitchell. Today, Colin, we're approaching the NBA draft day. It's getting close, and so we've already done all our videos. You can check that all out on the channel for all the players, all the verses, everybody you want to know about. Basically, that's in like the top 35 or 38, whatever range. We've done videos on all of them, so you can check all that out. Here, we're just going to talk about our favorite players. And this episode, we're going to do Colin first. His three guys that he's way higher on than everybody else. We're just going to call this Colin's guys. All right, put it at the top right here.
Okay.
Colin's guys.
All right.
So three names. We'll go one at a time here. Colin, you can take it away.
All right. So my first player is going to be Jase Richardson at Michigan State. I have him 9th on my board, ahead of folks like Trey Johnson, Kasparis Yakuzon. Yeah, you got it. Cedric Howard, Jeremiah Fears. His consensus is 16. So, yeah, I mean, I just have Jase Richardson at 9. I think that he's going to be a guy, although at 6'2", that does a lot of things really well. He broke into Michigan State's rotation late. And, I mean, I think that was for a reason. I mean, good defender for his size, really good hands. I think he's really good at the point of attack. Likes to play through contact on the offensive side. Isn't going to, be a vertical athlete like Jeremiah Fears or anything like that, but I think that he's strong and he's going to be able to play through contact. And I think he's just going to be a guy that won't necessarily be a star, but I think he has 6-man or high-level starter upside. And I think that if you're able to take that at 9, then I think it's a good pick. I mean, 69% at the rim, 50% on catch and shoot while unguarded, 40% while guarded, 41% from 3, 12 points per game. And that's not starting the season starting on the Michigan State. So that is why I have him 9.
Yeah, Jase, like you said, 12 points per game. I think one thing a lot of people have started to come around on is his playmaking a bit more. Like you said, off the dribble. He only averaged 2 assists per game, but he was with a bunch of guards that, he kind of had to play off ball a little bit more. So it is interesting to see how that will translate. I think the playmaking and the defense are the two things that I am just wondering how they look, because we know he can shoot it. We know he can play off ball. We know he can finish and whatnot. Like, that's not the question. The question is defense, and the question is going to be at his size, how much can he really, really distribute for others?
Well, I think that part of this also is it's not like he's 22 or 20 years old even. He's 18 will be 18 and a half basically at draft time. 18.
I have him in, wait, hold on. I have him in 19.
Is he 19? I have written down 18. It could be a typo, actually.
Yeah, I have him at 19. I'll double check while you talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, 19. He's not. We're not. It's like we're picking Chaz Lanier or somebody like that late. And I think that he's able, the fact that he was able to go from not starting to starting and then make a big impact on that team. I think that he's going to be, and then still score at 3 levels and do it well. I think that it's we always talk about this with short players, because what if they were 3 inches taller? Whatever. I think that because he's able to finish the rim so well, even at 6'2", and defensively, I think he's not long and he's obviously undersized, but I think because he plays so hard and he's good at the point of attack and has really good hands, I think it's going to be a neutral, if not positive, on defense in the NBA. Yeah. And then if you pair that with the shooting numbers, I don't see why you wouldn't take a player like this high, especially because I think there is upside there with him being young. Yeah. I guess, if he's not 18.
Who was your comp for him, just for those who didn't see the video or don't remember?
Unfortunately for him, it was Reed Shepherd. But
I still believe in Reed.
Yeah, I still believe in Reed too, but obviously you don't want to, he didn't have a really good year. But that was my comp for him, just because of kind of how they play. Reed was very scrappy defensively, obviously an all-world shooter, but I think Jase finished at the rim better than he did in college. So, take some, give some.
All right, your next one.
Did you get the age on that? Was he 19?
19 and a half, yeah.
Okay, well, 19 and a half. Still. Point stands.
He's not Chaz Lanier.
He's not Chaz Lanier.
Point. Put it on the shirts. Not
Chaz Lanier. Next player is Adou Thiero. He's probably the player that I have highest in terms of away from consensus. On consensus, he is. I should have had this ready.
I had it up. I believe it was 27. No, 31. Sorry, 31.
31. So not even in the first round consensus. I think Adou Thiero, and I said this during our video when we went over him, I think he has the possibility to be a star just because of how not only important, but how well slashing wings that are able to kind of create their own shot and play make a little bit, can do. And obviously he's not a playmaker right now, but he has shown some type of flashes. He's not gonna break you down, but he's just, because he's so physical and he just doesn't care about his life as he goes to the rim, things are gonna open up for him. And I believe in the shot enough, and it doesn't look pretty, but I believe in the shot enough to where if he's able to attack closeouts, the whole floor is gonna open up for him. And if you get him in the hands of an NBA development coach, then I do not see why he can't be not only just a rotation guy or a guy that can be in a bench unit, but also a starting high level wing.
Yeah, you mentioned attacking closeouts. He didn't even need to attack closeouts in
Yeah.
college. He's a really good cutter. Like, he found space really well and would just get it and go right at somebody. He was number 1 in the SEC in fouls drawn and free throw rate.
Yeah, free throw is 0.69, so 69%. Like, that's
super
really
high.
good.
Yeah. Obviously can get up for dunks, and 7-foot wingspan to pair with all of that athleticism as well is very exciting. So,
Yep.
I don't. Where do you have him on your board? You said
12.
12.
He's high. He's high up there.
We might have found the Adou Thiero fan club leader right here. You need to
Yeah.
get a shirt, a jersey, perhaps.
A jersey. Yeah. Hey,
Adou
whoever,
Thiero
if the Pistons
jersey.
draft him in the second
Pistons?
round, if he falls that far.
Wait, Pistons don't have a first round pick, right?
No, we don't have a first round pick.
Damn.
So we got to take him. We got to take him 31, I guess.
I was
But
gonna
yeah,
say,
I mean,
defense. He's also, the playmaking on defense was pretty.
oh
promising
yeah.
as well.
I mean, and he doesn't really gamble and walls up really well. And I think he's going to be a very good help side rim protector. My comps for him, just to get those out of the way, for Pistons fans specifically, Stanley Johnson that finishes above the rim is what I have. And obviously they both are kind of similar in the fact that they didn't shoot well coming out of college. I think Adou's shot looks a lot better. But I think where he gets over on a player that was so promising like a Stanley Johnson is that he's able to finish above the rim. He's not afraid of contact. He doesn't really try to do too much like a Stanley Johnson did. Whereas I feel like Stanley Johnson was almost like, okay, let me try to break somebody down. And he knows his role. And I think that if you're able to do the things that he does well at an elite level with the NBA, that's a very, very good wing. Jimmy Butler was also the other comp. So that is my Adou Thiero.
Yeah, I liked
ditch.
my Keldon Johnson comp a lot for him.
Yeah.
Someone just gets to the rim and scores the ball a lot. So we'll see. All right, and last but not least,
my last guy is Drake Powell. I have him 19, and consensus is 30. So actually higher than Adou. But yeah, Drake Powell, I know you're not super high on him, so you're not gonna like this.
I don't endorse this.
Yeah, I just think that even though he didn't play a lot of minutes and didn't initiate or have a lot of responsibility on North Carolina, I think his physical 7-foot wingspan, being able to, I'm trying to word this. He doesn't. He's the problem with him is that he's not assertive enough. I feel like if he was able to get assertive, and attack closeouts and not have to create his own shot, but actually take the shots, that's kind of the issue with him in my eyes. I think you can't not bet on somebody who has a 43-inch vertical, is long and athletic. I think defensively he's going to be really good at the next level. If you buy a shot, and I know you don't, and pair that with his ability to get to the rim and hopefully eventually hit that mid-range shot, I think he's going to be really good. And you don't buy his first step either. I buy his first step and getting guys.
Yeah.
So I think that he also has upside because he was a freshman. So
yes, he was. I mean, he was 68% at the rim in the half court, which is very promising as like a cutter, and then as an off-ball guy, just had super low usage percentage, so it's kind of hard to evaluate. But the frame and the athleticism, I understand it, and the defense, like the defensive intensity, was what was really promising. So it's like, okay, that can kind of set your floor at a reasonable level to where if you can defend at that consistency and whatnot, you can find a role at some point.
Yeah.
He blocked some shots. He had some playmaking upside on defense. So, those are my positives with him coming out.
Yeah, and you're not going to say anything offensively because you hate him offensively.
I
But that's
won't say
okay.
anything
My
offensively.
comp, my
I
comp
said he was
is
68% at the rim. That was my
yeah. I guess that's true. As a shooter, my comp for him was Herb Jones. Um, just a guy that can defend and hopefully eventually shoot a little bit. And I think that's a valuable player. I mean, I have him ahead of players like Igor Demin, Nolan Traore, Danny Wolf, um, Asa Newell. So
yeah.
I just think there's more to buy with him than those players.
I liked my comp a lot, and I thought it was very, very nice. It was do you remember it?
No.
It was Lou Dort.
Oh yeah.
What a nice,
That is a nice comp
respectful comp
for a
for a
player that you
player
don't
I
like.
don't have in my first round.
No, shaken by that. I did not know that.
Shaken at his
Shaken in my
core.
core. Jesus. Not in your first round. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine who you have above him.
Give me Hugo Gonzalez over him right now.
Oh
Right
man.
now. Okay,
Oh
sorry.
man.
This is not about me. I don't want to make this video
Oh
about me.
man.
Sorry, this is not about me.
But yeah, those are my three. Jeez, those are my three players. That was surprising. Jase Richardson 9, Adou Thiero 12, Drake Powell 19. I think all three of them have really high upside and offer you a good floor and have skills that can translate immediately to the NBA.
There you go. All right. Check out our other videos on the channel. We'll have my guys up next, so check that out as well. And then we'll have mock draft and big boards following that as well. So we will talk to you later.